Hello, everyone. News Channel 3 Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with the Facebook Live update on this Monday night. I hope everybody had a good start to your work and or school week and that you're having a good evening. Awfully cool out there, I would say, for this time of year. Not really going to say that it's cold, but it is unseasonably chilly, which is sort of a feature of our weather that's going to be around for really the rest of this week, and that is that it's going to continue to be a little bit cooler than what's typical for this time of year. Of course, we're still sort of coming off of and recovering in many areas from the tornadoes from last Thursday, the severe weather, first of all, from last Thursday, and now word that there are two more confirmed tornadoes, and I believe that's bringing us up to, I believe it's 8 in West Michigan for the day. I got to think about that one. But certainly two more that have been confirmed. And by the way, our digital reporter, Katie Sargent, put up an article about the last two that were confirmed by the National Weather Service just late this afternoon, and folded that in with a piece about the rest of those that were confirmed. So I highly recommend going to our website, WWMT.com, and looking for that piece about two more confirmed tornadoes. And Katie's written up a good piece there, sort of bringing it all into perspective there with all of the ones that have been previously noted by the National Weather Service out of Grand Rapids. Joanne, how are you? I hope you're doing all right. You see what we have on the docket here. I'll go ahead and squeeze myself back here, and we'll get moving on this. And rain gear ready for our YouTube and Facebook live updates, by the way. YouTube and Facebook. Carla, thanks for checking in from West Portage. Melinda, hello. Ken, where's the heat? It's not here, that's for sure. And Kenny, beautiful weather for the holiday weekend. I think it's going to be pretty nice. I will say there's one caveat. I mean, I still think that there is a slight chance that we could pop a shower on Memorial Day, Monday. But I'm sort of right now discounting that. That is going to be on the 26th. And as I look ahead on our forecast model going out to that distance there, I do see a hint that there could be maybe an isolated shower or two. But for now, like I said, I'm discounting that. I'm going to go with optimism. We still have a week to go before we get there. Dawn, good evening to you from Kalamazoo. Thanks so much. Greg, I know you're ready for 90 degrees. You got that boat ready to go out there, right? It's going to be a little while longer. You know, I think the good news is that it looks like we're going to be dry for the holiday. That's the good news. Again, for now, remember, this is Monday, so we still have some time, but that's the way it's looking. But we are also going to be cool. I guess the bad news is for those who want to be out on the boat, you know, who want to go for a swim, or who, you know, even camping want it to be, you know, hot or even very warm. That's not going to be the case. It's going to be a little cool. Interesting. Joanne, there might be. So, you know, that not out of the question. And there might still be some survey teams that are working on that area as well. Stu, hello to you from the zoo. Thanks for checking in. Orlo, hello, and Pawpaw. Got your power back 7:30 Saturday evening. I got mine back about 8:30 Saturday evening. So I went almost 48 hours. It was about, I think mine went out around 10:30 or 11 Thursday night, came back on Saturday night about 8:30. I know Jessica Harthorn did not get hers on until last night at about 10 o'clock. So, and some people are still without. I mean, that number is certainly dwindling, but if you're one of those, it doesn't matter whether there's only 5,000 now or something. You're one of them. And so our thoughts are going out to those. And again, the power crews who came from near and far. So many thanks, because just imagine how much longer that task would have taken had not an army of utility workers come from all over to help out. Mary, hello to you. Good evening. Jesse, hello in the Berg. Leslie, hello. We need rain. Well, we got some of it, that's for sure, with those storms last week. Hello to you, Keith and Melissa. Thanks so much. I am doing well. Fam's doing well. I hope you are too. Oh, okay. Is that at your place, Laura, then? Is that where the Eagle is landing? Okay. A little cryptic there. Not sure I understand exactly. Jesse, some damage right by MRC. Okay. Let's see. Just got ours back in Augusta. Okay. No power loss, Joanne. You were very lucky. Janice, chilly weather for the chilly weather. I like that in Oshtemo. I know. It's like, is this October? Is it time for some chili? A bonfire would feel nice, right? And you're very welcome. Very welcome. Orlo, 48 hours with no power, about what I had here. Okay, about midnight. Okay, well, I hope you're able to hold him there for a few hours anyway, and let him get some rest in. So, Leslie, your power came back on around 10 o'clock. Let's get right to what's going on here. Rain gear ready and add a sweater for tomorrow and Wednesday, by the way. There is more cooler air ahead. It looks like a dry holiday weekend. But it is going to remain relatively cool. I'm not talking about cold, but relatively cool. I'll get to that in the 7-day in a bit. Here's the latest on those 2 new tornadoes that were confirmed from May 15th, from the night of May 15th. What a busy night that was. Chris, okay, I will write it down and I will shoot you a message tonight, I promise. Paula, hello to you in BC, and Chris from the OC, Coopersville. I was calling out that name quite a few times. I believe with the very first tornado warning, I think it was there, Chris, back on that Thursday night that came in to Muskegon in northern Ottawa and southwestern Newaygo County, I believe it was. Pam, hello to you. Thanks and thanks. And I know that Will would say the same thing. I love working with any of my peeps here in the weather office. Colin, Will, Jeff, it's a pleasure. And on that particular night, working with Will was also educational to me too. I learned from the other 3 guys in the office. Here's the latest on those 2 new tornadoes that were confirmed earlier this afternoon by the National Weather Service. One in Barrie County moved about, I believe the movement on that, I'd written that down. Here we go. It was on the ground for 6.7 miles, so 6 3/4 miles. It was 200 yards wide. This is again from the National Weather Service findings. 100 mile per hour max winds, that's an EF1 from 1050 to 11. Moved from about Heron Point to Gun Lake, south side of Gun Lake. Number 2, Ottawa County. And that was earlier. That was from 10:24 to 10:28. On the ground for 4 minutes. It covered 3.5 miles. It was only 50 yards wide, 75 mile per hour winds, EF0, started southeast of Zeeland and went to about Jamestown Township. And that one, from what I understand, the one in Barrie County, from the report, it was mainly tree damage. The one in Ottawa County, though, there were some roofs taken off of barns and some damage to some of the farms out there. Pam, hello to you. Danny, 3 tornadoes in a row in the same path. Pretty close to it. You know, there was a lot of thunderstorm activity. And some of it, by the way, you know, they may lift for a few miles and then come back down. And in a situation like that, that would, you know, probably merit another tornado report. So just keep that in mind. Sharon, good evening. Thank you so much. I am doing better. Please bring the warm sunshine to Lansing. Well, I'll bring some sun, although not tomorrow or Wednesday, but there's nothing warm about our weather here for the next few days. Let me see how long. Let me see if this has changed from yesterday's Facebook Live. I do think, you know, one change, remember, when you go out past 7-8 days, I mean, it gets really sketchy. And so really, when truly, once you get out to the 29th or 30th, which is what, 10 days out? You know, last night I was in at work for Will, and so I was on Facebook Live, and at that time it looked like we were going to stay rather cool all the way to the end of the month. See, that's changed now, and I do think that we're going to be getting warming up for about the 29th, 30th, 31st. So the last couple of 3 days of May end up being warmer. But stay tuned on that. Remember, consistency over time equals confidence. So yesterday I was reading on this model here that was showing that it looks like it might stay cool all the way to the end of the month. Not consistent. There's no consistency. Today I pick up in that same time frame that I was looking at. We're not talking about the next 4 or 5 days. I'm talking about 10 days out. That's changed. So there's no confidence, very little confidence right now in that time frame on the forecast. Joanne, well, I just had the CT scan last week, and so I won't find out until later this week. So I'll let you know. And I appreciate you asking. Thank you so much. I have another Lorna Doone and Coke Day, otherwise known as a immunotherapy treatment day. And I think I'm going to find out then on the results on the CT scan, and so I appreciate that. I do think everything's going to be okay. I mean, so far I feel okay. So no sign of any problem there, that's for sure. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. And also good on you for being ready to take cover just in case that was necessary. Karen, hello to you. Cold water in the house. Jeanette, thanks. Mitchell. Well, I will say that I would disagree with that, Mitchell, that I think that we are reporting things about climate change and how that extreme weather is becoming more, pervasive or more common. And I do think that, every time that the Climate Prediction Center or NOAA comes out saying that, yet another month that's been hottest month or the hottest year that we've had on record, or, it's number 2 out of the last 15 or something. I do think that we do, try to report that whenever it comes out. Shannon, good evening. Hope you had a wonderful day too and enjoy your night as well. Niam, hello. Thanks so much. Tim, that storm was bad and nasty. Oh yeah. And I could do it without any more. I did already check on that. I checked on that, Chris. No racing, I know. The Enduro, the night of destruction. All right. I'm telling you, I want to get one of those Enduros. Hello to you, Lily. Thanks very much. Okay. The sun. Well, we're going to have probably more of that coming, but not in the next couple of days. Holly, hello to you. Martha, hello. Thanks so much. Rodney, checking in from PA. Always appreciate it. From our Keystone Freight state friends. Born and raised in BC. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. And keep coming in here too. And hope things are going well for you over there in the PA. Martha, hello. And Shinnis Joe, good to see you. Thank you so much. Over this cold already. Oh, just wait till the next few days. You're really going to be over it. Jerry, hello to you. Hello to you. Bus stop in the morning. Let's get right to it, Jesse. All right. We'll move to our bus stop forecast. I think that there will be some showers in the morning. They're going to be moving in from southwest to northeast, starting at about 7 or 8. I'm going to show you the hour by hour. You can pick out your spot and see where you are. It's going to be sort of on the edge there for some folks as to whether they can get on the bus before it rains or whether it's going to be raining when you get on the bus. But it is going to be cool at 44. We're going to stay unseasonably chilly. Tomorrow, typical high would be in the low 70s. But we're only going to be in the upper 50s. And that's going to be with a bit breezy conditions. And it's going to be raining and it's going to be cloudy. It's just, and Wednesday, I think, is going to be not too different. So let's go hour by hour. We start the clock at 11 o'clock tonight. Notice overnight, we're going to dip down into the lower to mid 40s. And here comes that rain at 7 o'clock, knocking on the door, looking at you in South Bend and Gary and Hammond and maybe scooting across the border to New Buffalo and also into Niles and Bridgman. By noon, it's pretty much taken over everywhere. We'll see showers. Not going to rule out a thunderstorm, but I just don't think so. I think this is just mainly rain. And precip estimates, precipitation models. Let me get a couple of numbers for you here that I can shoot your way. One is between Tuesday and Wednesday. It's between Tuesday and Wednesday, 19, 31, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Okay, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. That would be with the GFS. With the NAM, looking at probably about the same, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. So it's going to be enough to get the mud going again, right? 3 Enduros this year with Midwest Compacts. Okay, cool. Chris, thanks so much for the info. I was on the Hartford Speedway site earlier today looking to see, because I am away this Friday off, and wouldn't you know it, my timing does not work out that because of the holiday. No racing. Linda, sounds wet and cold tomorrow. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. I am no fun. Somebody has to bring the bad news, right? Let's see. Hello to you. Cynthia, hello. Jesse, no, not all week at all. Just the next couple of days. I will say this, Shinizo, when you talk about frost, I'll show you in the 7 day. We're going to talk about that potential, but I think there is going to be the potential for some frost, especially where you are, coming up later this week. Rain tomorrow afternoon. There you see we're covered in rain. So showers tomorrow afternoon, rain tomorrow night. Let's move into Wednesday here. You'll start to see some scattered showers on Wednesday morning. You'll start to see that sort of counterclockwise spin. We have this area of low pressure that's going to be moving over us. As long as it's in the neighborhood, our weather is going to remain unsettled. And that's going to be the case all the way into Wednesday night. We might even see some on Thursday morning. Not going to rule that out at all. David, schedule the rain for overnight instead of during the afternoon. I'll put that order in. All my orders get ignored. Noon rain, when will it move out? I think Thursday. I think Thursday morning is still going to be a little unsettled with some showers. Thursday afternoon is when I think we'll start to finally get this pattern out of here. Tim, like in the 70s. Yeah, I like the 70s. Me too. It's on the way, though. It's on the way. Remember, we've got June, July, and August to deal with here as well. Antho, hello to you. Good to see you at Mackinac City and Island at the end of June. We'll cross our fingers for that. Probably looking good. Normally is there, but we'll let you know when we get closer to that. Roll around in the mud. No thanks. I'm not into it because then it comes inside. Jacket time tomorrow for sure. I turned my heater on last night, David. You bet I did. That's true. I know, you're right about that, Chris. I agree with you there. Jeanette, Sporting Deep. Good luck to him. When's it going to get hot again? Oh, if you're talking hot, you mean like even in the 80s, like what we had, I would not be surprised. We might have an 80 in the last couple of days of the month, but not until. Good question there, Elizabeth. Karen, hello to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so here's live Doppler radar. You see nothing going on right now. So let's go to our satellite and radar. You can see the showers that are building out west. It's another day with severe weather out west, but we're not going to get into any of that here. Here's what we're looking at for the 7-day. Tomorrow and Wednesday, showers, rain, and temps in the upper 50s. Winds out of the east. An east wind when it's raining is just no fun, and especially when it's gusting to 25 and 30, which is possible for the next couple of days. So it's just not going to be pleasant outside. It will get better Thursday. The rain chance you see for Thursday is primarily in the morning. But, this upper low is just going to take its sweet time getting out of here. So we'll start to rebound, I think, Thursday afternoon. For now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all looking good. I'm going to hold out a caveat for Monday. But like I said, for now, I'm just being optimistic on the holiday itself. But notice, our average high temperature is low 70s, and we're not going to get there. We'll get a little warmer over the weekend, but Shinaja, this is what I was talking about here. Look at those low temps for Friday and Saturday, and really Sunday too, but especially Friday and Saturday. And I had somebody on my Facebook page say that, every time you say it's going to be 40, I end up with like 33 degrees and frost. Well, it depends on where you are. So if you're in a low-lying area, you're outside of an urban area, you're outside of the city, you're where there's a lot more grass and woods and pasture land than there is, sidewalk and asphalt, roads and shopping centers and structures, then yeah, you're probably going to be in some cases 5, 6, maybe even 7 degrees cooler than what I'm showing for the low temperatures. So just keep that in mind, but you know where you are. And so especially on Friday and Saturday, and Shinaja, looking at you, well north of I-96, for example, that's some cold country. So I would not be surprised at all if we see maybe areas north of I-96 on Friday and Saturday morning, maybe even with a frost advisory. I don't think there'll be anything widespread, but again, if you live in those areas where that you're a little bit colder than what the city gets by a few degrees, then yeah, you're probably gonna have to cover some stuff up Friday and Saturday. It's going to be unseasonably chilly. Not a record at all. By the way, the record for today is 31 degrees. That was just set back in 2002. So we're not talking about getting that cold, but 40 for the end of May is like, all right, come on now, Mother Nature. You can do better than that. Yeah, we can always use some rain this time of year. Listen, May and June, to me, early first half of June is when we stock up on the rain and the grass is growing like it's a jungle. And then it stops. And in July and August, mark my words, anecdotally, I feel like it's always this way. There are going to be these periods where we're like, we need some rain. Right, we need some rain. Hello to you, Eli, and Shinazo, I got your order in there. Elisa from Decatur, hello. Are you going to get wet? Yes, for crossing guard tomorrow. I think you will. Sorry about that, and I hope you have a good night. And dress warm and dress for some rain. Chris, I know you love the cool weather. You're liking it here. Montcalm County, always a cold spot. That is for sure. Oh, man, Montcalm, Mecosta County, I've been up there camping before, and I mean, it's cold even when it's warm. I think it's cold. So you're right, David, on that. It is going to be cold. Brenda, hello to you. In Bloomingdale, hello. Heart of Van Buren County. Linda, thanks for the thanks. Great sleeping weather. Yeah, there you go. Well, there you have it. You see what we've got going on the 7-day. I hope that's helpful. I'm going to check on out of here. I got 9:32 on the clock, so that means in 28 minutes I'll be live on. Oh, that's cool, Chris. That's very cool. That's very cool. Well, I have to remember to say hello to Eli all the time. That's very nice. Next week, Jesse. Next week, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. We'll have to. We're not going to be like in for a huge warm up. It'll be maybe a little bit warmer next week, but just not by much. I mean, we're going to stay relatively cool here for a little while. I said that at the end of last week. Pattern change, which means not only a big change in what we have going, right? Remember last week at this time we were sweating. It was hot. It was humid. Well, hot for us anyway, and humid. But this is a pattern change, which isn't just sort of like a 180 on the temperatures. I mean, now we're in sweaters and we're talking about maybe some frost and a chilly rain and stuff. But also, pattern change to me means it's going to last for a little while. This isn't just a one-off for a couple of days. This is going to last for a little while. That to me is part of what I consider whenever I say pattern change. Anybody who has their windows open right now, you must live on the 8th floor, something where the heat's rising. I don't know. Thanks for the thanks, Joanne. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sure, Pearson. Yeah, so very cool. So I think you got some frost coming up later on in the week. Thanks for the thanks, Brenda and Dwayne. The pattern change already happened. Oh, when's another one happening? I don't see it. Maybe toward the end of the month, maybe the last few days of the month. But right now, I don't see it. But stay tuned. But I don't see it. This pattern that we're in right now, which is relatively cool, I think is going to be sticking around. At least for the next week and maybe a little bit beyond that. Good question, Dwayne. Lily, thanks for the thanks. Thanks, Shannon Joe. Appreciate it. Judy, thank you so much. Everybody would appreciate those prayers, I'm sure. Brenda, there you go. Cool the place down, right? Let Mother Nature do it. All right, everybody, I'm skating on out of here. I'll be live in 25 minutes on ARC West Michigan, live at 11 on News Channel 3, the mothership. Hope to catch up with you on one of those. But if not, don't forget, I am on Facebook, WWMTs.com. I'm WWMTs Keith Thompson. On Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Threads at Weatherman Keith, all lowercase, all one word. Chris, Karen, good evening to you. Thanks. And Jeff Porter will be back in the saddle tomorrow morning. Colin was in for him this morning. Jeff's back tomorrow morning, 4:30 to 9 with live weather updates. He's going to be tracking that rain for you, must-see TV. And also, of course, updating the outlook for the week and for the upcoming holiday weekend. Jeff, Will, and Colin are also all over those social media platforms. Don't forget our website, wwmt.com/weather, and our free weather app, coming in handy, that's for sure, this time of year. Candace, thank you so much. And Tim, I agree with you. Everybody be safe, have fun, and be patient. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Have a good night.